Good morning. Continue to discuss on the same unit, environmental science and sustainability. The paper we are discussing on environmental science. Environmental science is a study of environment is environmental science and sustainability. It ଆମେ discuss କରୁଛନ୍ତି unit 1. Today we'll finish unit 1, and this unit is mainly definition କ'ଣ ମାନେ ବୁଝିବା ପାଇଁ and what is environment, what is sustainability. You'll understand this in this unit. What is environment? We discussed today. It is regarding the whatever things we are seeing surrounding us, like air, water, all these are environment. The study of this is known as environmental science. This is the paper, environmental science and sustainability. I will give you one analogy. You will understand. Suppose you have a problem. ତମର କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ଦେହ ଖରାପ ହେଲା, ତମର କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ରୋଗ ହେଲା. You will find some symptoms. କ'ଣ ତମର ପ୍ରତିକ୍ରିୟା ହଉଛି ତମ ଦେହରେ. That is the symptoms of that disease. That is environmental problem. And you are going to doctor ଗଲା, doctor treatment ଆରମ୍ଭ କଲା. That is sustainability. କାହିଁକି ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମଟା ହଉଛି, କ'ଣ ହଉଛି, ତାର ପ୍ରତିକାର କେମିତି ହବ, କେମିତି ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମଟା ଫ୍ୟୁଚରରେ ନ ହବ. Treatment is sustainability. We'll understand what is environment, what is sustainability in this unit particularly. In environment, we have seen both living and non-living elements, non-living components of environment. Living is the plant and human beings. Non-living is the forest, earth, air, water. These are non-living elements of environment. So study on those aspects is environmental science. Sustainability is the management of those aspects without impacting the future generation, without impacting their long term. It has some impact. Suppose you consume more water, more air, and you pollute your air. ତମେ ଏବେ ତମର ବାୟୁମଣ୍ଡଳକୁ ଦୂଷିତ କରୁଛ ବା ତମର ପାଣି କନଜମ୍ପସନ କରୁଛ, then you will have impact on long run. ଏବେ ତମେ ଜାଣିପାରିବନି, ତମର next generation ରେ maybe 20 years, 30 years later you will have problem. So sustainability is the work, is the action, the goal which are working on different component of environment and which is going to address the current situation and the future situation and the long-term solution. It has different organizations, different bodies, different society, different international organization has the goals like United Nations, World Bank, individuals, everyone has goals to work on this. Suppose you personally want to contribute something, you can have your own goal towards environment. ତମେ ନିଜେ ଯଦି କିଛି ଯୋଗଦାନ ଦେଇପାରିବ, if you are contributing something, ନିଜେ ମୁଁ decide କରିଛି ମୁଁ ବେଶୀ ୱାଟର କନଜ୍ୟୁମ କରିବି ନାହିଁ। In that case, ତମେ ୱାଟର କନଜମ୍ପସନ କମେଇ ଦେଲେ ତମର କଣ ହବ? ଗୁଡାଏ ବେନିଫିଟ୍ସ ଅଛି। ଏକରେ ପାଣି ତ ଷ୍ଟୋର ହଉଛି, ପ୍ଲସ୍ you will have less consumption means less water bill, and you are storing the water for the next generation. For example, you are making rain water harvesting. ଯେତେ ପାଣି ତମ ଘରରେ ନଷ୍ଟ ହଉଛି ତମେ ତାକୁ ସୁରକ୍ଷା କରିବା ପାଇଁ ତମେ କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ଯୋଜନା କରୁଛ, ତମର ଘରର ଗ୍ରାଉଣ୍ଡ ୱାଟର ଲେଭେଲ ଟା ବଢିଥିବ, and in future if you open a well or bore well, ତମର ଏତେ ଅସୁବିଧାରେ ପଡିବାନି, ତମର ଗ୍ରାଉଣ୍ଡ ୱାଟର ଲେଭେଲ ଟା ବଢିଯିବ, because you are storing the water in the ground, or whatever water wastage are going outside from your rooftop or rainwater, you are harvesting it and you are sending it to the ground, and not going to waste. ତମେ କୌଣସି ପାଣି ବି ନଷ୍ଟ କରିବାକୁ ଦଉନ। This is called individual goals. There are several examples of sustainable practice. This is one I was telling you, rainwater harvesting. Similarly, if you have battery operated vehicles, that means your vehicles is electrified and you are not consuming water, so you are not consuming petrol, so you are not producing any pollution, not creating any air vehicular pollution, any air pollution. ତମେ ଯଦି ଗାଡି ନିଜର ବ୍ୟାଟେରୀ ଅପରେଟେଡ ୟୁଜ କରୁଛ, ତମେ କୌଣସି ପଲ୍ୟୁସନ କୁ କ୍ରିଏଟ କରୁନ। That is one example of sustainable practice. So ତମେ ଡିସାଇଡ କଲ ଛୋଟ ଛୋଟ ଜାଗାକୁ, ତମେ ଅଳ୍ପ ଜାଗାକୁ ସାଇକେଲରେ ଯିବ, ଗାଡି ଚଲେଇବନି, ବାଇକ୍ ୟୁଜ କରିବନି। ତମେ ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ ମାସରେ you are consuming, let's say 20 liters of petrol, you are making it to 15 liters of petrol. I have to restrict myself. ମୁଁ ଯାହା କରିବି 15 ଲିଟର ପେଟ୍ରୋଲରେ ମୁଁ ମୋର କାମ ମ୍ୟାନେଜ କରିବି। That means you are less consuming 5 liter petrol, so you are not contributing to the environment, to the air pollution of that 5 liter. So in that way you can take small steps, and they are exact example of sustainable practice. As I told you, environmental science is that interdisciplinary study. That means you are studying everything. Science, technology, humanity, you are studying, you should have knowledge on everything. Study of interaction of living and non-living parts of the environment. Environment रे जते parts अच्छी, जते component अच्छी, detail जानिया समस्तंग विषय, that is environmental science. Environmental science provides scientific understanding of environment. This science studies complex interaction between the living organism and their environment, including ecosystem, climate pattern, and biodiversity. Environmental science is actually a study of all environmental component, and it includes both the living and non-living components, and it's a complex interaction between living organism and non-living component of environment. And this study also includes the measurement, the monitoring system. ତମେ କଣ study କରୁଛ, କଣ ତମର goal କରୁଛ, how you are protecting environment. So it includes everything. Current state କଣ ଅଛି environment ଟା. Suppose ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ example ନିଅ ଦିଲ୍ଲୀର pollution. We are struggling with that. ଦିଲ୍ଲୀର pollution current state କେତେ ଅଛି, କଣ step ନିଆଯାଉଛି in next 5 years, what will the situation କଣ ହବ. All these are included in environmental science. Study of everything, all the aspect, all the component and measurement, monitoring the system and providing all action item and all sustainability actionable work for environment. These are all coming under the environmental science. Under sustainability, we have goals. As I told you, one example I gave, the bike example, the petrol. You have individual goals to consume less petrol. बस तमें मास सारा जितने पेट्रोल यूज करता कम 3 लिटर पेट्रोल 5 लिटर पेट्रोल कम यूज करिया पे गोटे गोल लेता इंडिविजुअल गोल. So that will contribute to your environment. Environment will have better situation if you consume less and if you produce less environment, less pollution to the environment. And if you have identified the action and the action item, you have to inform the concerned person, concerned groups, concerned organization, environmental science, develop a sustainable practice. So this practice, this action, these goals are all coming under environmental science. So when you decide something, when you set the goal, then you will inform that to the concerned organization to work on that. One quick reminder, please give your notes name in the Zoom notes for attendance. Whatever Zoom name you are giving in the Zoom notebooks, so make sure the same name is registered in your KMT. So send your name in the notes. So that means I will understand who are the people joined in that class. We have something to study the relationship between the environment and the sustainability. What is the relation? Environment and the sustainability. There are various lessons. What we are studying in the environment. So I was talking the same thing. How it is related. Your treatment is related to your disease. तुम गोटे एनालॉजी दोथिले तुम गोटे देह रोग होइछि तुमर सिम्पटम अछि सेही सिम्पटम देखि डॉक्टर तुमको प्रेस्क्राइब करूछि ट्रीटमेंट सजेशन करूछि. So that is your environmental problem and your sustainability. That is what I was telling through an analogy. Environmental problem कौन तुम जा सिम्पटम देखुचा. सस्टेनेबिलिटी कौन तुम जा ट्रीटमेंट करता. फॉर एग्जांपल तमे सिम्पटम देखुचा बहुत ପ୍ଲାଣ୍ଟେସନ ଆମର କରାହଉଛି ଆଜିକାଲି। ଗଛ ଗୁଡେ କଟା ହଉଛି କାହିଁକି ନା ଗଛ କାଟିକି ଲୋକ ନିଜ ନିଜର ବଡ ବଡ ବିଲ୍ଡିଂ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ବା ଗଛ ଆମର ବହୁତ ଫର୍ଣ୍ଣିଚର କାମରେ ଆସୁଛି, କାଗଜ ତିଆରି କାମରେ ଆସୁଛି। For all this purpose we are destroying the plants. At the same time we are planting trees in different places. So whatever we are planting and whatever we are destroying are not in the same rate. ଆମେ ଯେତେ ଗଛ ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରୟ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ଗଛ ଜଙ୍ଗଲ ଯେତେ ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରୟ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ସେ ଅନୁସାରେ ଆମେ ଗଛ ଜଙ୍ଗଲ କ୍ରିଏଟ କରୁନାହାନ୍ତି। ତେଣୁ ତାର କିଛି ଇମ୍ପାକ୍ଟ ଅଛି ଏନଭାରମେଣ୍ଟରେ। ସେ ଯୋଉ ଇମ୍ପାକ୍ଟକୁ ଆମେ କେମିତି ମିଟିଗେଟ୍ କରିବା, that is actually sustainability. That is the treatment. How we are mitigating that impact. ଯୋଉ ଗଛ ଆମେ ନଷ୍ଟ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, କେମିତି ତାର impact କୁ ଆମେ mitigate କରିବା, that is the sustainability. So this relationship is very much dependent, and sustainability is not work without environmental issues. In environmental issues, we are addressing problem, and with that problem, the problem statement ଆମର ଯାହା ଆସୁଛି, then based on that problem, we are deciding the goals and action item. So addressing problem is one relationship, interdisciplinary field. Interdisciplinary field I was telling day before yesterday. So when you are studying environment, you should have knowledge on different techniques, different tools, and science, humanity. So you should have knowledge on all aspects of the life, interdisciplinary field. So this is a combined field of environmental science and sustainability. Whatever you read and work on this, you should have knowledge on everything. This is actually your relationship considering between environment and the sustainability. I'll send you some notes on those aspects, those topics, what is the relations, and what is known as environmental science, what is known as sustainability, and some examples. Today I'll send some notes on those. These are in Unit 1 to understand that. Main thing is environmental science, sustainability, and natural issues. Natural issues, I was telling that what is natural resource. Natural resource is renewable and non-renewable. Renewable is what you can renew and reuse, air, water, plant. Non-renewable what is limited available. ଯାହା ତୁମକୁ ଅଳ୍ପ ଦିନ ପାଇଁ ଅଳ୍ପ ସମୟ ପାଇଁ ମିଳୁଛି। ସପୋଜ ପେଟ୍ରୋଲିୟମ ପ୍ରଡକ୍ଟ ତମେ ଯଦି କନଜ୍ୟୁମ କରିବ ଏମିତି ସରିଯିବ, ଯେତେ କନଜ୍ୟୁମ କଲେ ସରିଯିବ। ତେଣୁ you have to preserve it because this has limited. Other things, air, water, plant, you can regenerate it, but like some kind of gas, some kind of oil, coal, petrol, these are limited, and it creates a long work. And if you finish everything, then our next generation, our next ପିଢୀ ମାନେ ବହୁତ ଅସୁବିଧାରେ ପଡିବେ। Then these are available of naturalists. Environmental science is actually talking about all these things, both living, non-living, natural resources, and what is the impact in long run if we consume that, what is the impact on environment, and the goals again based on the impact, based on the study, we decide the goal at individual level, goal at different organization level, goal at international level. Everything is dependent on the management of environmental element. Environmental ରେ ଯେତେ element ଅଛି ତାକୁ କେମିତି manage କରାହଉଛି, କେମିତି ତାର impact study କରାହଉଛି, କେମିତି ତାର ସେତେ ସବୁ environment କେମିତି ତାର impact future generation को और हमारा environment को affect କରୁଛି, that is environmental science. And based on that, we work on mitigation. Mitigation plan is nothing but the sustainability plan. Unit 1 है प्राय कुछ नहीं, यही सब definition remain. Then we'll go to unit 2. Unit 2 will understand ecosystem, biodiversity and sustainable practice. Tomorrow will not have any class. Day after tomorrow is Sunday. So your next class is on Monday. So today you can give your attendance by giving your name in the Zoom chat box. Will not study more today. Maybe next class onwards we'll take a break and we'll focus more on ecosystem biodiversity and sustainable practice. What is the practice we are giving? For your attendance, please give the name in the Zoom chat box. Thank you.